Hey guys, now we are talking about Michael Jackson, the king of pop. Recently, a movie came, The Michael, that highlighted his career in pop. How he became one of the finest. It's interesting to know about Michael Jackson. Born in August 1958, June 25, 2009. Michael Jackson was an American singer, songwriter, dancer, and philanthropist. Dubbed the King of Pop, he is widely regarded as one of the most culturally significant figures of the 20th century. His music achievements broke American radical barriers and made him a dominant figure worldwide. Through his songs, concert, and fashion, he proliferated visual performance for artists in popular music. Jackson was really cool and got a lot of popular Jackson song. Mm, Kind of knew what he not kind of he knew what he was doing. Being with Jackson 5 and decided to go solo. To, it's a difficult thing to do. If you want to do something solo, it's very difficult. He did that. He did that. He became a solo artist. The eighth child of Jackson family, he made his public debut at age 6, and this led to the single of Jackson 5. Jackson rose to solo stardom with the album Off the Wall 1979. Let me know if you have heard about Off the Wall 1979, Michael Jackson, and achieved unprecedented global success with Thriller. Thriller is something that is worth watching. That kind of concept was very original at that point. It still is. It, I mean, how you can turn a horror thing into a interesting music piece. That is very interesting. He did that. That was amazing. Awesome. And the best-selling album history is, of course, Thriller 1982. It is still, I think, he's making millions of dollars for Michael Jackson. The music video for the singles Thriller, Beat It, and Billie Jean redefined the medium. All three are still great and people still love it. I love it. Thriller, Beat It, Billie Jean. Uh, And of course, the album Bad 1987 was the first album to produce five US Billboard Hot 100 number one singles. I Just Can't Stop Loving You, Back the Way You Feel, Man in the Mirror, Dirty Diamond. You guys know about Dirty Diamond? There's a thing, interesting thing that happened that included Lady Diana, the Princess Lady Diana. That was a very interesting thing. You guys must check that out. You guys already know this. Please write down in the comment if you know about what happened between Michael Jackson and Princess Diana related to Dirty Diana. So it's a very interesting thing. And Dangerous 19. Dangerous is also good. History 95 produced the US number one singles Black or White. Black or White was something. It kind of created. It was a storyline. It had everyone from every part of the world. You know. It brought the whole world together. Interesting. On the mid 1980s, Jackson came under public scrutiny on his relationship, lifestyle, and cleaning appearance. He was accused in 1993 and settled out of court in 1994. In 2005, Jackson was acquitted for further allegation and other charges. Right, preparing for This Is It. Yeah, This Is It was his comeback album, the last album that he was working on um, right before he passed away in 2009. And they released only the rehearsal version of This Is It. That rehearsal version was so beautifully edited, beautifully created, the kind of love and affection and hard work and focus that the team had put into bring this rehearsal version. That's amazing. He died in 2009 from an overdose of propofol administered by his personal patient. I'm not getting into those details. Jackson's death created unprecedented surge of internet traffic and a spike in his music sales. This is an interesting point. Why? Because he's, I think, the only person who is making money after his death, still making billions and billions of dollars. One of the finest. That's how you need to live. That's how we need to live. That's how I need to live. Interesting, very interesting. From the mid 1980s, Jackson came under. Forget it. Jackson is one of the best selling music artists of all time, with estimated sales of over 500 million records worldwide as a solo artist. 500 million records. He is one of the three musicians to have sold more than 100 million records, both as a solo artist and as a principal member of band. Jackson scored 13 number one singles on Billboard Hot 100. Okay, so if you have made the Billboard Hot 100, you have already succeeded. All these big names that do have their place in Billboard Hot 100. Miley Cyrus, Michael Jackson. Is Elvis Presley in the same list? Is Elvis Presley in the same list? Is Elvis Presley in the Billboard Hot 100? That's the Billboard Hot 100. Elvis Presley. The Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award, 26 American Music Awards, 12 World Music Awards, 8 MTV Video Music Awards, 6 Brit Awards, and 3 US presidential honors. He was inducted into Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice. Well, twice. It's a beautiful building located in Cleveland, Ohio. It's a beautiful the Songwriters Hall of Fame and the Dance Hall of Fame. having donated an estimated $500 million. Jackson is credited with setting the standard for celebrity charity. He donated $500 million. Just donated. Just imagine the kind of wealth he created. $500 million in donation. Honestly, Michael Jackson does that. He wouldn't have done it. Amazing. Michael Joseph Jackson, born in August 29, 1958 in Gary, Indiana, he was eighth of 10 children. He was his father. By late 1965, Michael began sharing lead vocals with Jermaine, and the group's name was changed to the Jackson 5. They won a talent show. Jermaine is his brother, right? Jermaine is Michael Jackson's brother, I think. Do you know about Jermaine? Guys, do you know about Jermaine? Jermaine Jackson. They won a talent show that year in which Michael danced to Robert Parker's Barefooting and sang The Temptation Michael from 1966 to 68. Jackson 5 two of the mid-players performing frequently on the Chitlin circuit as an opening act. Even Michael Jackson was opening act artist. Amazing. So, Thriller, Motown 95, Yesterday, Today, Forever, and Pepsi Incident. What was Pepsi Incident? What was Pepsi Incident? Do you guys know that? The Pepsi Incident. On January 27, 1984, I found this, I think, Michael and other members of the Jackson filmed a Pepsi commercial at the Shrine Auditorium in Los Angeles, overseen by Phil Decemberry. Decemberry was an American advertising executive for the BBDO advertising agency. And Alan Potash, Pepsi's worldwide creative director during a simulated corrected for a full audience. Pyrotechnic accidentally set Jackson hair on fire. Ah, I've heard about that incident where Jackson's hair got on fire, causing second degree burn to his scalp. I did that really tired. During the simulated concert before a full audience, pyrotechnics accidentally set Jackson's hair on fire, causing second-degree burns to his scalp. He underwent treatment to conceal the scars and had his third rhinoplasty shortly after. Pepsi settled out, and Jackson donated $1.5 million settlement, equivalent to 4.6 million in 2025. Okay, that's a huge money. To the Hoffman Medical Center in Culver City, California. Wow. It's now close to Michael Jackson's Film Center, was named in his honor. Okay. Jackson signed a second agreement with Pepsi in the late 80s for 10 million equivalent to 20. So Pepsi signed him for $10 million. In today's money, it's $28.3 million. The second campaign covered 20 countries and provided financial support for Jackson's banner and 1987 Michael Jackson also endorsed advertising deals with companies such as 70 years Suzuki Sony. I didn't really work with Suzuki. But never as significant as this deals with Pepsi. Their model part. So, the company in 1980s. And then he was making 40 million a year from owning the rights to artists. In 1983, Jackson had begun buying published rights to the song. He knew ins and outs of the business. He knew how to make money. There's an incident with Eminem as well. And needed a diss track against Michael Jackson, and he bought the entire company and started earning revenue for every song. And that's interesting. Who doesn't know about the controversy with Eminem? Michael Jackson controversy with Eminem. That's an interesting thing. Yes, yes. Search that. Just hold on. Very interesting. About the band, Jackson released his highly anticipated seventh studio album Bad on August 31, 1987. Bad sold more than 2.5 million copies. 2.5 million copies, that's a big number. That's a big number. Bad sold more than 2.5 million copies in the first week of release. First week in US debuted at number 1 on Billboard 200, where it remained for 6 weeks. It became the first album to produce 5 US number 1 singles. Kiss Can't Stop Loving well, singles of Smooth Criminal, Islands. Okay. 1988 Constant Record on Classical 1980. It also made different. The whole structure of the song is different compared to what was traditionally happening. It's a different between one of the Leave Me Alone. Jackson received That won the 1988 Grammy for Best Indie Record, won as Girl, and the 1990 Grammy Award for Best Music Video Short Form for Leave Me Alone. Jackson received an award of achievement at the American Music Award in 1989 for that generated five number one singles, became the first album to top the charts in 25 countries. At that time, internet was not there, and still he was able to sell the album in 25 countries. 25 countries without internet. In 1988, Jackson released his autobiography Moonwalk. This is worth your time, Moonwalk, the autobiography by Jackson. With the input from Stephen Davis, the Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. It sold 200,000 copies and reached the top of the New York Best Seller list. Jackson discussed his childhood, the Jackson 5, and the abuse he experienced once. Well, I have different opinion on that, so let's not discuss about that. He attributed his changing facial appearance to three plastic surgeries, weight loss, a strict vegetarian vegetarian diet, a changing hairstyle, and stage fright. On June 28, 1998, during the Bad World Tour, Jackson was presented with the Grand Wormwheel Medal of the City of Paris by Mayor Jacques Chirac. In March 1998, Jackson purchased 2,500 acres of land near Santa Ynez, California to build a home Neverland Ranch. What is the current condition of Neverland? Does anyone know about that? What is the current condition? Who is living there? Is anyone living there? It's just abandoned house. Or his family is living there. Who is living there? Anyone? Do you guys know about that? And does anyone know about what who is living right now in Neverland Ranch? Western television advertisement broadcast in Soviet Union. Around this time, Jackson began as the King of Pop. Of course, he was King of Pop, a nickname raised by his publicist when Elizabeth Taylor presented him with Soul Train Heritage Award and he called him the true King of Pop. Yeah. Okay, President George W. Bush designated him the White House Artist of the Decade at 38 BMI Award in 1990. Jackson became the first person to be honored with an award named after its recipient. Here's an interesting fact. Singles. From 1985 to 1990, 5 years, 5 years, Jackson donated 4,000 $400,000 $400,000 to the United Negro College Funds. That's the amount he donated in the 5 year period. Now the profit from his single Man in the Mirror went to charity. His performance of You There at Sammy Davis Jr.'s 60th birthday celebration of Jackson, a second innovation. Jackson was best selling artist of 1980s. Of course, he's still best selling.